I'm going to first show what I've set up for groups. So under Course Administration, I'm going to turn down the Users menu and I'm going to click on Groups. What I've set up in groups are 4 groups representing 2 teachers having 2 sections. So Teacher A has Section 1 and Section 2. Teacher B has Section 3, Section 4. These 2 teachers are sharing the same course. What I've also set up are 2 groupings. The 2 groupings for this quiz demonstration of groups and groupings would be Teacher A, and to Teacher A I've added Section 1 and Section 2. For the grouping Teacher B, I've set up Section 3 and Section 4. Now what I'm going to show you is how this appears in the course and how this appears when you view the quiz. Going back to the Moodle Features course, and I'm going to go to the quiz section, and what I've done is set up a quiz for Teacher A. I'm going to edit the settings, and I'm going to go down to Common Module Settings. When showing quiz results, it cannot be sorted by grouping. Quiz results can only be separated by groups. The strategy here is to use duplicate quizzes so that only the sections for Teacher A take one quiz and the sections for Teacher B take the identical duplicate quiz. For this to happen, you need to have group mode set to separate groups, select Teacher A for the grouping, and be sure to check available for group members only. I'm going to go back to the main course page. I guess I'm not. Now I'm going to go back to the main course page, Moodle Features. Here is the quiz to demonstrate groups and groupings for Teacher B, and I'm going to just demonstrate that Teacher B, again, Common Module Settings. All of the students who belong to Teacher B were placed in the grouping Teacher B as Sections 3 and Sections 4. The important idea is the grouping for this teacher and checking available to group members only. When I go to look at the quiz results, I'm going to click on the 4 attempts, separate groups, Teacher A. Teacher A between Sections 1 and 2 has 4 students. When this is set to all participants, and I scroll down, Teacher A can now see the scores for all students in his or her 2 sections. When I scroll back up, I'm going to select Section 1. Now I just see Section 1. And now I just see the students 3 and 4 from Section 2. Return to the main course page. Quiz to demonstrate groups groupings for Teacher B. Click on the test. Attempts 4. Those 4 attempts represent students 6 and 5. They were in Section 3, students 7 and 8 in Section 4. Separate groups, grouping Teacher B, all participants show just all participants in Teacher B's grouping, not all participants for the entire course. Again, you have the option, the ability to view Section 3, students 5 and 6, and just Section 4, students 7 and 8. I'm logged in now as Demo Student 8. I'm just going to scroll down the page and demonstrate that there will be no confusion for the students because the students this is the grouping for Teacher B. That student only sees the quiz tied to the grouping for Teacher B. I'm going to log out as Student 8 and I'm going to log back in as Student 1 who belongs to the grouping Teacher A. And as I scroll down to the quiz section, I only see the quiz for demonstrating groups and groupings for teacher A. That is the solution for using groups and groupings. It does involve having to use a duplicate quiz.